everybody, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Will and Wise.
The Dog Show Drive.
I almost said that, I almost did.
I
almost
know,
forgot, and I was going to see the whole thing.
I know.
Anyway, I'm your host, my co-host, Will Alexander.
And I'm the other co-host. Why?
Why? Just because. This week in the Dog Show Drive, we're going to talk about. Well, first of all, we're going to do a post show about Olde York Kennel Club, because there was a lot going on there that weekend. We're also going to talk about bullying at dog shows. I know we've touched on that before, but it's still an important topic, and we need to get control of it. This week's show spotlight on both American and Canadian shows. We're going to talk about air travel and the problems it's causing, especially in American shows, and why I came across a TikTok channel that challenges backyard breeders, which is very interesting. And I hope to get the owner of the channel on the show at some point so we can actually talk to her. All that
and more
on this week's Will and Wise,
the Dog Show Drive.
How are you?
Well, hello, William. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Good.
Still snowing
I'm
here.
Exhausted.
I know you're exhausted.
I'm exhausted, and I don't know what day it is. I woke up, I had sleepy face all day long.
You did yesterday, you did.
Oh, my God. It was a lot. This was a lot this week.
You had a very busy weekend.
Yeah. Not only did we have the Olde York Kennel Club, which went over smashingly, I had to fly in between to New Jersey. I judged Friday, Saturday, and I had a full load Friday. I had like 170 dogs each day. It was crazy.
Really?
So I was judging all day long, which was great. I love judging. I really do love judging. But travel sucks right now.
It does.
I finished judging at, I don't know, like 3 or 4 o'clock. My flight was like 8 or 9. And so Margie said, we have to get you out here right away. So they got a lift for me, and the lift came, and it wasn't Denzel Washington. Like he's in The Equalizer too. He drove a lift. Yeah. But anyway, they came and picked me up, got me to the airport in time. Perfect. I checked in perfect. Then delay. I didn't get into Toronto. I didn't get into my bed till 3:30 in the morning. So, and then I had to wake up early because Lyd wanted me at Olde York on Sunday because I'm the president. Not only my client, I'm the president.
Yes. So you had to do your duties there.
Oh, I didn't even shave. I just woke up.
And went.
Got myself together and drove to the dog show.
But you did your hair.
Yeah.
Of course. So, and you were Edison, New Jersey. Those are very well attended too. Are those shows?
Yeah, they're big shows. Yeah.
There was a bunch of specialties there too. I
did at least 3 specialties. I did English Setter specialty, Irish Red and White specialty, and the Springer specialty.
Oh.
English Springer specialty, yeah.
Yes. And then they also had like a all sporting dog specialty. Didn't they have Big Apple?
Yeah, I wasn't there for that. That was the Big Apple. That was the day before.
Okay.
I got there, but that's why there's such a big entry in all the sporting breeds. Like there was like 70. I didn't do laps, but there was like 70 Goldens and even Welsh Springers. I bet I had 15 or 20 of them. You know?
Really?
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
Nice. And then what else? Are we going to talk about what else happened at Olde York, even though you weren't there? You know, Miss Penny?
Well, of course. Penny was there. Penny made a visit on the Saturday. Penny, the Doberman pincer from Westminster, Greg and Teresa Chan. They came and they were, because David Fitzpatrick was on the panel, so we thought it was perfect to have Penny there because they brought the ribbon for David to sign, and David signed it. And there was lots of hoopla, lots of pictures, and the press was there, and it was really well received. Olde York Kennel Club we had 4 cakes delivered.
4?
I think, 4
Faith
big cakes.
would have liked that.
Oh, Faith would have really liked that. But they didn't last long. They lasted like an hour. Like it was a packed house at the Olde York Kennel Club.
Cool. Very cool.
Packed house. And I have to say, Nate Scarpino and Matt Garrison. Matt was in charge of the kitchen, and he made lunches every day, and they were.
You were saying
they were unbelievable. I only made it for the last day, and it was. And he had a title for each day, and the last day was tea. I think it was called Tea Time at Olde York Kennel Club, and so he had little finger samples. They were delicious, right? They were wonderful. And he had butter tarts and cakes and all kinds of things, and I believe Nate did the designing on the cakes for Penny too. I think he did those.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they were both great. Nate did the flowers and the design, and Matt did the kitchen, and they did a great job, those two.
Nice.
And also I got a shout out to Colin Brownlee and Graham Burden and Dylan Canard for their help, because when I left on Sunday to drive judges to the airport, Graham and Dylan were still there scraping up duct tape off the floor, and they were there till like 8 o'clock at night doing that. So,
wow,
we really appreciate all their work.
Cool.
Yeah,
very good.
It was really well received. It was a lot of wonderful judges and wonderful dogs. Lots of really good specialties. There's always hiccups when you have that many dogs in that area.
Always going to happen. Always
right. And the scheduling got in the way. People ask me, we have to do this, let's schedule, do that about the scheduling. And I just explain to them in my diplomatic way that these things happen at big dog shows. Like, I haven't been to a big dog show where the schedule hasn't gotten mixed up. Because all it takes is one person to be slow or one person to be not themselves, and the schedule goes awry. So, but overall, it went really smoothly, really smoothly. I got there on Sunday after everything was done, and I wandered around and I checked on everybody, and everybody was having a great time. Like, I didn't meet anybody there that had any complaints. There was a few suggestions. I think we have to look at, like a parent on the Saturday, which was our biggest day. It was specialties all day long as well, and special events. We had Bill and Taffy in judging owner handler and breeder handler. So we had a bunch of special events, and Baby Puppy with Michelle Yaden and Doug McIntyre. So there was a lot of special events happening. So that we had to make room for those. But I think with the group times on the Saturday, one of the suggestions was that we have a time, and not just following breed judging on the Saturday, because there's just so much going on. I think people would be happier if they knew, groups start at 3 o'clock. Yeah. And they could have their Shih Tzu ready there, Maltese ready there, whatever ready for 3 o'clock, instead of, is it now? No, we can't start yet because the French are just, no, we can't start yet because these are still in the week, So it's better to have a set time, and that'll just make people happier, and it'll be easier to work the dog show. But overall, I think the cleanliness of the dog show, the organization of the setups was pretty good.
Because you were at a new facility too, weren't you?
A new facility for us, but it's a great dog facility that Lindsay offers to the dog world. We have Victoria County there, Trillium there. We have a lot of dogs. Scarborough's there, a lot of dog shows there. It's the fairgrounds in Lindsay, Ontario. But
the sound again.
Did you lose me?
There was the sound. Yeah, the sound went.
Oh, but you can still hear me.
Yeah, well, it was like.
Maybe they have a phone inside my head.
Maybe it happens again.
Yeah. But it went really well, and because the Lindsay Fairgrounds, the people in charge of the fairgrounds are the whole place is being renovated next year. The roof's being redone. They're putting a dog washing station in. There's a new hotel going up in Lindsay, and I think it's all due to the dog people and dog shows. So I think dog shows have added to the economy of Lindsay because of how many are there now. We're like in Massachusetts, we have the Big E, and they have like 70 shows there. We don't have 70 shows here, but this has become our sort of like our Big E. So can you hear that clicking when that goes off?
No.
Okay, good.
No. I just figured it was your knee.
My knee. But overall, it was I think it went over really well. Linda, Torrance, and Daria, and Rob, and all and we have a bunch of new members starting up too. So it's turning into a thing, and a good thing. So
Excellent. Most excellent.
But I was tired.
Yes, I would think so. Yep.
And Linda was tired. We were all tired.
Well, it is such a, when you run a show, it's just such a physical, like not only a physical drain, but it's a mental and emotional drain on you too.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Oh, and Steve Danner came to take my place as so super, and because I was gone for every day except for Sunday. So Steve volunteered to come, and he ran things, and he was very professional. Yeah. And I think he had a Wills of Dick badge on, but that's okay. It's okay.
Good one, Stevie.
And Ray, Sean was judging, Sean Nichols, but Ray came and ring stewarded.
Yeah, I saw him.
And Allison was there judging, and she ring stewarded when she was done judging. So it was all a big team effort. Like, it really worked out really very well.
Nice.
I thought. And it was, and because we had such great attendance, and we had attendance from the West as well. Mm-hmm. Like Shauna came and Elise came, and and Xandra came. We had a bunch of handlers come from the West, but it doesn't happen a lot anymore.
No.
So I was really happy to see that. It reminded me a bit of the old days,
Yep.
So that's fun. It's fun.
Most excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about how was your weekend? Now that I spent 9 minutes and 53 seconds talking about mine.
Well, I don't think I have 9 minutes and 53 seconds a weekend to tell you about.
No.
No, I took Fanny to agility on Saturday, which it's fun. It's hard. Agility is hard. It's hard because you have to work off both sides of your body. And so then I was learning about this thing called a tandem turn, and the girl that trains me, Sarah, she's like, you have to work from one side, then you have to go work on the other side. Well, I'm way more comfortable working. You can't hear me?
No, I can hear you. Can you hear that or no?
No.
Sorry, pal.
No? Okay, good.
No.
Okay. No one's shooting at me. Just want you to be aware of that.
Okay, I was like...
If they are, they're missing. So
this conversation's making me tired.
These pretzels are making me thirsty. Sorry to interrupt. Also, Cheyenne probably made her debut this weekend since this is the first time she showed her dog.
You had mentioned that, yes.
Yeah, so she did great out there. So we were all proud to see her out there. Her and Rebel were out there walking the catwalk and showing her dog, and I think she did well a couple of days. So
that's good.
It's tough competition. There was all kinds of bulldogs there. So
good. Yeah. So where was I? Oh, yes. Back to my story where you have to work off one side, you have to work off the other side. Well, as you know, this is your bait hand when you show a dog, because this is the hand that leads in. Now, in agility, there's no lead, but you have to put the bait in the other hand. That's very difficult for me.
That would be hard to overcome.
It's like, it's a bit of you have to really think hard about it. So, but Fanny does well. She loves it. She really likes agility. She's crazy.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, it was something else to do with her, right, in the winter.
Right.
So, and on Saturday we had, another foot of snow fell. It was terrible. I did laugh because in the morning, I get up fairly early every morning, even on the weekend.
Like 7, 8?
6. Shut up. So, but Darren woke up and he walked into the living room and he looked out the window and he just was like, "Are you serious?" And, well, sorry, dear. So he had to do some, he waited until the next day actually to do the snow blowing because it was just, so any snow that had left with the thaw is all back now. It's all back. So, but what else did I do?
When I was growing up, my stepfather, whenever we had a free weekend off and it would rain or do something that would stop him from doing whatever he wanted to do, he always took it personally. Like it was, they were doing it to him.
Yeah, the gods that don't like me. Mother Nature, she's such a cruel bitch. Oh, for Dave. That was the long and short of my weekend, and I watched curling because the women's world's curling was on.
So, curls in her hair, shame on you. Oh, sorry.
The young Swiss
commercial.
No, I don't. So Canada came. We got a silver. We got silver.
Oh,
And
I should have known that, but I was busy all week. I couldn't watch.
No, you couldn't have watched it because you were busy at the dog show. Yes,
I didn't even watch hockey all weekend long. I listened to a game one night. That's it. Yeah. And I think I fell asleep because I didn't even go for dinner one night at the dog show because I was so tired. Yes. Wow. I ordered a burger to my room, had the burger, tried to listen to the hockey game, and fell asleep. And I had a lot of friends in the panel down there. So I was looking forward. Like Michael Faulkner was in the panel, Roz Kramer was in the panel, Jim Moses was in the panel. Yeah. Like those are people I like spending time with, but I was just too tired.
Too tuckered out. Yeah. There you go. So, well, what other news that we have to go through here? Oh, the Iditarod. The Iditarod finished last week. And I know it was just one of those things that come across. I'm like, we should talk about this. So
whenever I hear the title Iditarod, though, I think of Bob Forsyth, because I remember showing a Springer to him at Detroit Kennel Club when I was younger, like a new handler. And I hadn't taken the nails. I was notoriously lazy on toenails back then. And he's going over my dog and he's talking about how nicely trimmed. He said, "For those nails, what's going to run the Iditarod after this?" So that always, whenever I hear Iditarod, I think of Bob Forsyth. She going to run the Iditarod with these?
So anyway, the clip that Megan got us, the Iditarod Trail sled dog race is the annual endurance race in Alaska where mushers and their dog teams travel about 1,000 miles across.
That's crazy. Right?
Yeah, that is. Across harsh winter terrain, testing speed, strategy, and survival. It began in 1973, inspired by historic sled dog mail routes and the 1925 Serum Run to Nome, which highlighted the vital role of sled dogs in Alaska's early history. Notable dogs, including Balto, but lesser known, but arguably more important, was Togo, who at the age of 12 traversed 264 miles compared to the average 31 of the other teams. The irony that men could build planes and ships, but when Nome needed life in little packages of serum, it took the dogs to bring it through. And that was
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's amazing. That kind of miles, 264 miles. But I've heard of Togo.
Yep, me too.
And of course, I've heard of Balto, but I've heard of Togo.
Yeah, Togo, yeah. So this year's winner was Jesse Holmes, and this is his second win. Has won back-to-back Iditarods, crossing the finish line in first place at
9 hours, 32 minutes, and 51 seconds? 9:32:51 p.m. Okay.
Yes, completing his run. That's why I paused too. Obviously, I did not read this prior to taping. Completing his 2006 run in 9 days, 7 hours, 32 minutes, and 51 seconds.
That's crazy. I often watch. Do you ever watch Tim Torella do his sledding? He does it online sometimes. You see it on Facebook. No. He does his sledding work with his Siberians in Erie, Pennsylvania area, because that's where he is. Lots of snow there.
Yeah. We used to have quite a large sled dogging community here in Thunder Bay for the longest time. Because as a kid, I remember going to watch sled dog races all the time. And
I think Colin's either competed in them or attended them too. So Colin Brownlee, friend of the show. So. Mm-hmm.
And then as a side note, Sioux Lookouts, which is a community very close to here in Thunder Bay in Northern Ontario, Jesse Terry wins the 2026 Iditarod Rookie of the Year. Nice. Sioux Lookout musher Jesse Terry has earned one of the top honors available to a first-time Iditarod competitor, winning the 2026 Rookie of the Year award after reaching Nome in 14th place. That's pretty good for a first-timer.
A rookie? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. For Northwestern Ontario, the result is a notable achievement on one of the world's best-known endurance race stages and another sign of the region's deep sled dog racing tradition. Strong finish under the Burled Arch secures rookie's honor. So that was, and they get a $2,000 cash prize. Wow. That's quite the... So how long did it take him to race? Here, I'm just... His official time was 10 days.
10 days, 23 hours, and 36 minutes and 3 seconds.
with 12
dogs. They take it down all the way to the second mark.
Yeah, right? With 12 dogs in harness, making him the top rookie in the 54th running of the last great race.
Wow.
Well, and you think about that, 12 dogs, that's a lot of dog power. Like how you keep those
for sure.
suckers in control. And they do, like they get pretty fast. They get going pretty fast. There's a race on the other side of the border here. It's called the Bear Grease, and I believe they run
what? The Bear Race.
The Bear Grease.
Oh, okay.
And I don't think it's been run the last few years because we didn't have enough snow. I don't know if it would be run during March sometime, I think, but that was always a big thing. And I believe it's from Grand Marais, which is just on the other side of the border here, to Duluth, Minnesota. So, yep, that's a good 100 and so miles to run. Yeah, so that was our good friend.
How long would it take them to race that, to do that?
You know what? I don't know. I probably should have looked up some of that before I opened my big mouth on it.
Well, it's just interesting because it's interesting to see how fast they could do that in,
Yes.
Excuse me.
Our good friend Annie Seppel, she used to always be like she always used to volunteer for it. And so
as
like
what?
helping, just like if the dogs had to
those miniature poodles.
So if the dogs had to cross the road,
she lets them grow up before she makes them do that.
You're terrible.
Friend of the show, Annie Seppel. Hopefully she's listening.
Yeah. I don't know. She only just joined Facebook. I don't know. Settle down.
Oh, okay.
Opening up the world of podcasts to her might be a little bit much.
I'm going to have to give you one.
So I think it's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the pod people.
Right.
She knew it was going to happen. She knew it.
Yes.
Anyway. Across Canada, brought to you by Canadian Dog Fanciers, showcasing Canada's top dogs.
Top dogs.
Back to you, Yvonne.
So this week, we had the Olde York Kennel Club.
That's my favorite part. Back to you, Yvonne.
March 19th through the 22nd in Lindsay, Ontario. And it was 4 shows for a total entry. Get ready, folks. 2,075 dogs. That's up from last year's total of 918. That was a huge leap. Huge.
Yeah, and it was a lot of hard work, and I'll tell you, Linda Torrance and the rest of our crew, we put a lot of work into it, and it's a big job, and we were lucky because like the other shows, like Scarborough was against like Louisville and York and Quebec. We were lucky. We were, as you can see by your agenda there in front of you, we were the only show last weekend.
Yes,
it makes a huge difference.
Yep,
we had a great panel, and we had a lot of great specialties, and that really helped the attendance. But it also helps that you're the only game in town.
For sure. Yeah. I was trying to look up how long it took to run the Bear Grease, but I did find that so it's 120. There's 2 of them.
Carolyn to text Garcia. She'll get it done.
There's a 120-mile race and a 40-mile race. So they have 2 races.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the Bear Grease, and it says Jesse Terry from Sioux Lookout, Ontario. So he is a racer so he must have done this race a few times to practice up, to get ready. So I think they ran it this year already. I don't know. I don't know anything. What's going on? There's a beeping. Is that you?
There's no beeping. I don't hear any beeping.
Are you doing that on purpose?
No, I'm not. There is no beeping.
You heard the beeping, didn't you? Carolyn heard the beeping.
Well,
Are you doing that?
Great. No, there's no beeping on this side of your world here. In Bridgenorth, Ontario, there is no beeping. But there's alien ships on your side of the world.
Those of us
there's nothing here. I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe it's
all right.
I don't know. Maybe it's the aliens trying to talk to me. Maybe you better get that tinfoil hat back on.
Oh, my tinfoil hat. My Reynolds. My Reynolds wrap.
Reynolds hat. Yeah.
Reminders for closing brought to you by Canadian Dog Fanciers, showcasing Canada's top dogs. So we have the Guelph and District Kennel Club closing on Thursday, March 26th. That is today.
Yeah.
That is
so that closes today, folks. So you better be listening to the podcast early so you catch this closing.
If this is a catch-up, if it's one of those catch-up ones you're listening to, you're going to miss the closing of Guelph. So anyhow, that was So that's the only show closing that we have, and the show secretary is MJN Show Services, friend of the show.
Yep.
And
Vicky, that's right.
Yes.
Now, is it the only show closing this week? Wow.
Yeah, apparently. Apparently. Look at this. Here's more.
What are you doing? This isn't a game, Yvonne.
It is. For those of you just listening, I've found the reaction button on my Zoom call. So I'm sending up little things through my screen.
I'm afraid to touch anything because I'll touch it and the show will be gone.
I know. Like the record button. Anyway.
Bueller. Is this thing on? Check.
Yeah. So let's go to our show spotlight.
Rebecca Falls. Are you there?
Are you ready to rock? Our show spotlight brought to you by Show Scene Magazine, the place to be seen.
I don't know why I do that. I think it's from old radio shows, right?
Yes, it is. It is.
Yeah, Prince Albert in a jar. Well, you better let him out.
You better let him out. Do you remember watching Seabiscuit?
Yeah.
That guy.
He was funny.
That was good.
That was William Macy.
Yes.
He was funny. He was good.
He was good.
Ding,
I have a
ding, ding, ding. We have to get those. We should get some bells and stuff for our.
I do. In the next room,
here.
I have my stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Your handbells.
No, not handbells. It's a glockenspiel, actually, if you want to know.
Oh.
Glockenspiel. Anyway.
I don't think get over that.
Yep. Our show spotlight is Hub City Kennel and Obedience Club. And it's 3 all-breed championship confirmation dog shows and limited breed shows for groups 3, 6, and 7 held in the Dalmeny Arena in Dalmeny, Saskatchewan. And 4 limited obedience trials, 6 limited obedience rally trials. Total judging for any time will not exceed 7 hours for obedience. And that's in the Warmond Diamond Arena in Warmond, Saskatchewan. Is that a different location? I think it is.
They have the obedience trials, the rally trials at a different location than the confirmation show.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, it says, please note.
Please note, confirmation and obedience are 2 different locations. We do not recommend entering both. I just wanted to do that.
Yeah. And this show is being held May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Entries close on April 14th at 9 p.m.
April 14th, that's Kenny Wall's birthday.
It is Kenny Wall's birthday. Our good friend Kenny Walls.
Friend of the show.
Yes. April 30th is the sweeps and veteran sweepstakes. Veterans, altered, and baby puppy on all 3 days. The Chinese Crested Club of Canada specialty is being held there on May the 2nd. They have junior handling on the 2nd and the 3rd. And they also have CGN testing at the obedience location.
And cardiac testing as well.
Where's that?
Just above. May 2nd and 3rd, cardiac testing.
Oh, yes, I did skip that. Sorry. Yes, cardiac testing, because that's very important. The show secretary is C&D Show Services. And we knew when the closing was. There's the junior handling. All classes will be offered. Yep. The judge for the Chinese Crested National is Wendy Shira from Ontario. The sweepstakes judge will be Trudy Taphorn. And what else do we have here? The cardiology.
That's good they have the national specialty there. That'll be fun to watch for people.
I think they'll get a good entry there too.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of Cresteds out west for sure. And maybe some of those Ontario people will make by May, the snow shall be clear.
I'm sure they will for their national specialties. If they have the time off, they'll get out there.
Yeah.
You know? People try to attend their nationals.
Yeah, it's hard. Cardiology testing will be done with Dr. Kim Hawks. And she's providing OFA cardiac exams and echo. I can't say that.
Echocardiograms? What?
No, do the one before that.
Oh, auscultations.
Auscultations. And echocardiograms.
I went.
Anyway, that is
that for you, time and I.
Yes. I don't want no scrubs. My best friend.
I forgot about that song. he used to do that while he was doing a Beagle Tales.
Yeah, that's what I always think. I don't want no scrubs.
Yeah, every time he was doing the Beagle Tail, he'd be singing that song.
Yeah.
Time and I, he's not a young man anymore. He's not an old man, but he used to work for me. He's from Hawaii, and he has beagles and English setters. And when he came to work for me, what?
You keep buzzing out. I wonder if it's actually picking up, or is it just, I don't know. It's okay. You're good now.
I'm good now?
On with your time and Oi story. Don't do that, because I'm going to.
Don't do that. That's not funny.
I'm going to
We'll talk about it later.
I'm going to knock you into next week when we see you.
But he sang that song, We Ain't Got No Scrub, every time he did up a Beagle Tail for me. Yeah, we laughed. We used to laugh.
Laugh. Anytime, and if I hear that song, I start laughing because I always just think of big old time annoyed doing his Beagle Tail. Anyway, so the American show spotlight is the Utah Beehive Cluster. It has
Beehive Cluster.
Several premium lists. So it consists of the Intermountain West Working Group Club, Utah Valley Kennel Club Incorporated, the Group 4 Terrier Club of Salt Lake, Intermountain Kennel Club, Great Basin Non-Sporting Club of Utah, Salt Lake Doberman Pincer Club, and the Utah Shetland Sheepdog Association.
Wow. And that's in conjunction with the Intermountain Kennel Club and the Utah Valley Kennel Club.
Yes. Yeah. And they also have some more concurrent specialties. There's Utah Collie Club, Staffordshire Burl Terrier Club of America, Miniature American Shepherd Club. They have a Best in Cluster Junior Showmanship competition on the Saturday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there's lots of...
That's always fun when that happens. I judged one of those once, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I like those too.
Yeah.
I like the best.
And there was like 4, and they were all girls. Imagine that, because they were kicking all the boys' butts now. But it was fun. Like, it was tough. It was tough judging those 4. They were so good.
Yeah.
And I had to really concentrate because it was like a $2,500 scholarship or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you did have to concentrate.
Was a good one. I had to concentrate.
And of course,
not thinking about, what's for dinner tonight? Oh, take them around.
Do the Leafs play tonight, or is it tomorrow night?
Oh, Matthew shows up. I was listening to the First Up this morning. I watched this. First Up is the show in the morning, and for the hockey, it's Carlo Koliakovo, and it used to be Michael Landsberg, and they were talking to Spencer Hyman, Zach's brother.
Oh, okay.
Because he's now, I think he's either a coach or a general manager of an AHL team now. Or OHL. Nice. Maybe it's the Aurora team he's coach of now. I'm not sure. But it was really interesting listening to him talk, because I knew Spencer when he was younger. And I think he has a French bulldog. I'm pretty sure he got a French bulldog from Ann McIntyre years ago. Okay. Yeah. So, friend of the show, Spencer Hyman.
Yes, whether he knows it or not.
Yeah, exactly. But his dad, it's great because his dad had only sheepdogs. I showed them for him. Then Zach got a Siberian from Colin Brownlee. And then Spencer got a French bulldog from Ann McIntyre. So they all have purebred dogs, which I think is great. So,
which is most excellent. Also at this cluster is, of course, the AKC National Owner Handler Series at all the shows. So what else do they have? They have a Pee-wee competition on Saturday, which is so cute.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun. I like it now that the parents are allowed to go in the ring with them and talk them through it. I did a class a couple weeks ago for Scarborough, and one little boy was so, and I related because when I was a kid, I got anxious too. He got so anxious he almost started to cry, and I talked him through it. And this weekend he showed in Olde York, and he got third out of like 6 or 7. He came over and told me, so it was all excited.
Yeah, that's so good. And then they also have a beginner puppies 4 to 6 months age sanction match being held by. Oh, they have a sanction match every day. Look at these guys go. Very good. Very good.
Well, because we don't get sanction matches enough. So when they do those things, I think it's great because young dogs need the ring time, you know?
Yep, exactly. And up-and-coming judges need that experience too, right?
Yes, so, just the procedure experience, just the experience of actually going over dogs.
Yes, for sure. And I already mentioned the National Owner Handler Series. And it's in some of the specialties as well. So make sure if you check that box, make sure you check that box.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to make sure you check that box, especially the Owner Handler Series. I was judging this weekend, and we're required after we make our placements to say any owner handlers. And this gentleman who won the breed, he said yes. Well, he hadn't checked the box. And we had to. He took the ribbon and I marked down, and then the rep came and told me that he hadn't checked his box, and so we had to redo it. And it's really apparently he did check the box. It was online, and my steward actually said to him, "Make sure you take a screenshot when you check the box online, because sometimes it doesn't go through." I don't know if that's true or not, but
interesting.
You might need just to keep that in mind and take a screenshot whenever you do those things, so you have proof that you actually did it.
Exactly. So like we said, they have the best in cluster junior competition to be held on a Saturday. The judge is I think to be announced. They have best in cluster junior, a $300 gift card. Very nice.
Oh, nice.
Reserve is a $200 gift card, and the eligible participants, excluding best and reserve best. So everybody gets a $50 gift card if they.
Hey.
All right.
Can't complain about that.
No, and they do have an OFA eye certification clinic being done by Dr. Stephen Roberts on both Friday and Saturday. Special show pricing. Make sure all your exams must be registered online. It's really easy to fill out the forms because I just did them not long ago. Sponsored by the Intermountain Kennel Club and supported by the Utah Collie Club. And then the Salt Lake Doberman Pincer Club is doing an OFA heart clinic May 30th through to the 2nd in the Bastion Agricultural Center. Dr. Brian Eason of OFA echocardiograms, Holter reads, that word is just auscultations on for heart health of your dogs and cats. And so those will be run as well. There's canine good citizen testing. I'd like to try and get Fanny to do that, but I think she'd fail miserably just because she's a maniac.
Well,
maybe when she's 10.
Maybe. But I remember Adele at that age, and she just still stared out the windows at the birds and the trees and didn't listen to anybody.
No. That's on April 30th, 1st and the 2nd for the canine good citizen testings, and they'll be run from 10 to 3 o'clock each day. And that was so that is the, what was this one called? The Yuha Beehive Cluster.
Yeah, that's right.
Did we do a closing date for this?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. Just kidding. I think you said it at the beginning.
April 15th. April 15th at noon.
The day after Kenny Wall's birthday.
The day after our friend.
So it's like Kenny Wall Eve. No, that's not right. Like Boxing Day of Kenny Wall.
Kenny Wall Boxing Day. That's the day when Kenny puts all of his boxes outside. Oh, we love our Kenny Walls.
Oh, for sure.
Who is the show super on this? I don't know. I don't know who the show super is. All I know is when it closes. That's it. That's all I have. That's all the information I have.
All right. Well, that's Show Spotlight.
Yes.
Brought to you by Show Scene Magazine.
The place
to be seen. Yeah. Jazz hands.
So, which brings us now to the end of the show.
Yeah. This week's topic, but we have a bunch of different little topics in this week's topic that we need to touch on. Brought to you by. Go ahead.
Leading Edge Dog Show Academy, where your success is our success.
That's right.
All right, carry on, William.
I'll start off. I'll start this part off, Yvonne.
You do that. Thank you.
So we touch on this subject quite a bit here. The Dog Show Drive about bullying at dog shows. Well, we do, and we've got to. There was incidents at most dog shows. There's always incidents about space and battling with space and bullying and whatnot. Well, when these things happen at the clubs and there ends up being an incident, you're asking the club to take control of that, and they're going to end up assigning spots and charging you for the spots.
Yep.
Which we don't want to do. But if that's the case, we're going to draw the line saying this is yours. You need to learn to play nicely with each other and make room, especially when it's a show that's a big show and it's crowded. You need to make space. And let's face it, most time it works out. People, even if it starts off a little hot under the collar, they have some common sense and we'll make room for you. But if one has an antagonistic approach to it, the other one gets defensive and things collide, and then we get into trouble, which we did this past weekend, and it was all sorted out, I think. But I don't know if it's. I just want people to be aware of what the consequences are of that. It's not just a personal consequence. It ends up being we have to assign you a spot, and in order to assign you a spot, we've had to hire someone else to make out those spots, and then we have to charge you for those spots.
Exactly.
So learn to play nice so it doesn't have to go down the line. Everybody ends up paying for it because of a few little battles here and there. And I understand battles. I understand people getting hot under the collar because they're anxious about the dog show and they're worried about their space. I understand that, but take a step back and remember, it's just a dog show. I know it's really not. And we need everybody to be there. If you want those big events, you need everybody happy and everybody. You don't want. It's inevitable in a lot of cases, but you get that many people in one spot and they're all anxious about the weekend. It's inevitable that we get little battles, but step back and look at what's actually happening. I think it's really interesting in America. When I interviewed Patty Proctor, who used to be the head of the field reps, she used to carry around on the top of her binder the frivolous complaint department book rules, because they would look at your, like Yvonne and Megan are arguing, they would look at Yvonne and Megan's argument and say, is that frivolous? Is that wasting our time? Well, we're going to fine you both for a frivolous complaint.
Yeah, that would be a good. That'd be a good idea.
It is. That's why she used to keep the book right on the top. When there was a complaint at a dog show, she made sure her frivolous complaint rules were on top, so they saw it when they saw her come, and they thought, "Oh, no, we're fine, we're fine."
Yeah. And then and then that's the other thing that when some locations, it's going to be tight. No matter what, it's going to be tight. So instead of taking your 4 acres of space because you don't want to be cramped, you don't have a choice. You're going to be cramped, and that's this type of show. You're going to be cramped. Everyone deal with it.
Remember the grooming areas at the garden?
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Garden?
Yes, stacking crates.
3 or 4 high, and just trying to get our spot and turning tables so we can work. But everybody did.
Yes, because you didn't have a choice.
That's right.
I mean, I've been to lots of, and American shows generally, they have like the space police coming around, and they'll look and they'll be like, we've got more people, we got 100 or 200 more dogs coming tomorrow. Enjoy your space today, but at the end of the day, you need to reduce it by half. And I've heard them, and then I've seen them come back in the morning, and if you haven't done what they said, they're like, get at it, because they have, people in tow. Here's a spot here for you.
Yeah. I remember the Tar Heel, the PHA used to be in charge of the Tar Heel setup, and Mark Threlfall was the president back then. He'd meet you at the door and you'd say, Mark, I need a spot. And he'd come out, he'd take you on, and he'd say, okay, guys, you have to stack your crates, and you'd squeeze in there, and that was that. There was no argument.
Nope, not at all.
Crates, tables, X-Pens if you're lucky. Crates, tables, X-Pens if you're lucky.
Yeah, for sure. So, and it's just, the arguing over space, just get along, because it's going to just
and I understand people get anxious and they get, crowded feeling, and they get anxious about that feeling, and they start arguing. But we need to take a step back and look at it and think about, first of all, safety first. There's all those things. You have to worry about those things.
Yeah.
And I'll say this week in Olde York, the cords and everything, they were taped down. Everything was done correctly this weekend, and it was a lot of work afterwards to clean up, because it's hard to get that duct tape off. But it was still done safety wise, and most spaces were allocated to enough for each setup. So I think next year, we might go in and try to make, because as the building went on, it got a little bit less controlled. But I think so next year they will get somebody in there and do it all across the board. So it's always like the Tar Heel, crates, tables, X-Pens, crates, tables, X-Pens. So it's just fair for everyone.
Yes.
Yeah. Very, very.
Just because you're there early, they still need to spot people. The AKC and CKC guarantee a spot for these exhibitors. Like, you have to guarantee them a spot.
Yeah,
just the way it goes. So
yes,
doesn't mean it's 10 acres for their spot, or they can't have a living room. I always loved it when they had a living room, when they put out their carpet and put out their chairs. Oh, that's my spot. Well, no, that's not happening.
No, it's not.
We're not at a Saluki special.
Yes. Saluki people hate us now.
I know, but it's funny when you go there. But they don't argue at the Saluki specialties. They have their living rooms and their Egyptian decor and their sandals, and away they go, right? Yeah. But they have a great time. Have you ever been to a wolfhound? Especially, they're all just lying everywhere. It's like walking a landmine area. There's just wolfhounds lying everywhere.
Exactly.
I love it. Wolfhounds are such a cool breed. They just take it as it comes.
No one's getting excited.
No.
Yeah. All right. So that's the conclusion of that mini topic. And now for the second topic, which is something that we is really starting to come to the forefront, especially here in North America, is the air travel within the U.S. currently. And but
it's filtering into Canada now too, and not so much because of our lack of agents. Is filtering because the timings are getting so screwed up.
Yeah.
Like with my flight, I got delayed because there was so many delays at Newark that Air Canada in Toronto only allows so many flights in at that time of midnight.
Yeah.
So they had to time them right. Because there was one point where our agent at Newark was like, we might not be going tonight, guys. I'm like, oh no, Linda's gonna kill me.
I was just gonna say that Linda's going to kill me. Yes, for sure.
There's a lot going on down there. If you're traveling down there, get there early, because the lineups are incredible. Well,
I heard this morning, I was listening to the news, and this morning they were recommending to get there almost 6 hours before your flight. At some of the major airports. It's just insane. And then there was
something burning.
It's the gas.
Is it toast?
No.
Mr. Penfield.
No.
And then we've had the Air Canada, the Air Jazz tragedy where the 2 pilots were killed.
Yes,
at LaGuardia. And I mean, they're still trying to figure out what exactly went on there, even though, as we all know, who knows if we'll ever get the real truth.
Well, there's just not enough staff down there right now. That's all there is to it.
No, and they're not getting paid either.
Right.
It's the ones that they have. So it's for tough times. So just, give
yourself lots of time if you're going to go, if you're doing that. If you can avoid air travel, avoid it. If you can't, well, then you just have to figure it out timing wise and prepare an option if it goes awry,
Yeah, kind of have a contingency plan in place just in case. So how are we doing for time?
We're good. We're at 48 minutes. So do you want to see this next spot for next time and go right into your favorite?
Yeah,
or do you want to try to short? Well, I think you should quickly do this. I think this is important, and we can expand on it next time.
Okay.
Just give them an idea of what it is.
Okay. So when I'm doom scrolling, which is, a couple of times a day. So I came across this young lady on she's on TikTok, but I do Facebook. I'm not a real TikTok-y person. And it's called Tiki-Taki. Her name is Two Golden Agouties, and the account, which is mainly on TikTok as at Golden Agouties, focuses on dogs, but especially breeding, health, and management topics. And she discusses ethical breeding, and she's very much an ethical breeding advocate, and she pushes like evidence-based discussions on and around dogs. And how I found her is I really enjoy, she goes on to like doodle websites, and she goes through a doodle websites, and basically she dismantles them, and it's really good. It's really, really good. And I give her a lot of props because
I'm sure she gets a lot of abuse.
Well, you go read the comments after some, and like those doodle people, they're angry.
Or messing with their livelihood.
They really, but some of the stuff, like some of the doodles and some of the other unethical breeding that she's brought, like I cannot believe how much these people charge for dogs, and I can't believe how stupid the public can be. Like,
how can you not believe that nowadays? Seriously.
Well, but
it's all around us.
Holy crap! Like, anyway, she's very good at presenting debating the adopt, don't shop, because she feels that is a terrible, terrible slogan. Does not believe in it, and she's got some pretty harsh opinions on other things too, which I don't really.
We know her name yet because we're going to try to track her down, right, and get her on the show.
We don't. But she went to a dog show. She went to the Kentuckiana Cluster actually, and she did a whole bunch of posting there. It was great. The little bits that she was putting out. She went there, I think, primarily for her. I think it's her golden. She took him dock diving, but she was also helping a friend show, I believe it was a Skye Terrier. So she went to the dog show part of it too. And so, it was great.
Have we got Garcia on the case? Is Garcia going to hunt her down so we'll see if we can get her on the show?
Yeah, I think so. I did try to figure out if she had where I could DM her. Mm-hmm. That's lingo for direct message.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what that meant.
For you old folks like me, I'm going to try and slide into her DMs. Now the girls have just cringed. They're like, "Oh, Mom, stop."
No, I'm sure. Oh, Mom, you're so embarrassing.
Mom, stop. Anyway, we would like to try. We'd like to try and get a hold of her.
I'd love to have her on the show.
And have her on the show because she does do a lot. It's a lot of education, which is great. So, and I think,
and when they fact check things, it just makes it. More realistic.
Like you say you do OFAs where, because you can go on OFA website, and she looks up these dogs, and she's like, I would be I have zero attention span to do that. I'm trying to look up English setters alone, and I'm like, oh my God, this is taking so long. Can you just show me that you actually did it? Anyway, she's very, very good. And yeah, we're going to try and get her on the show, I think.
Maybe Congress should hire her. Sorry. Check.
So anyway, so that was our topics of the week. And brought to you by Leading Edge Dog Show Academy, where your success is our success.
That's right.
And now
on to your favorite, this is a good little story. So
the grand finale. It's not the story that Garcia said.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
But she's still working on it.
Okay. That Garcia.
Yeah, Megan. Anyway.
Megan.
So this is Kennel and Bench, brought to you by ProPlan, Fuel for Life.
That reminds me, we need to get Sarah Manzi on the show again.
I know.
Give us a
What's going on
update.
there? Come on.
Yeah. Reach out, Sarah. Tell us when you're ready. We'll have you on the show for a ProPlan update.
Yes.
Anyway, carry on.
So from the Kennel and Bench, from March 1959. It's the Nova Scotia Dog Show highlight of 1959. All breed championship dog shows. 4 shows in 7 days. How about that? So this was in June, beginning of July. So it had been like the Canada Day weekend, or the week leading up to the Canada Day. So June 26th was the oh my gosh. Why can't I say that? I know I can say it in my head. I just can't say it. Evangeline, yes, Kennel Club in Berwick, Nova Scotia, and the judge would have been John Patton from Claremont,
Ontario.
Yes, and then on June 27th, it was the Halifax Kennel Club, held in the Dartmouth Memorial Rink in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, and the judge there was Harry Story from Halifax, Nova Scotia. And then on the 29th as well, the Halifax Kennel Club.
Oh, wow.
So they had a little break there.
Yeah, but look who they brought in as a judge.
Percy Roberts.
Yeah, that would have been a big deal back in those days.
Yeah, from Norton, Connecticut.
For the Halifax show. That's great.
He's
one of our most iconic judges in the world. And he was judging in Halifax June 29th, 1959.
1959. And then on July 1st was the Shearwater Kennel Club, held at the HMCS Shearwater Recreation Grounds in Shearwater, Nova Scotia. And the judge was Louis S. Warden from Jersey City, New Jersey.
Yeah, I've never heard of Louis, but I'm sure they were all very good judges. But Percy Roberts is in our history books. He's very famous for importing dogs, showing dogs, teaching judges. Like many of our famous judges, Mrs. Clark, Mike Billings, Ed Bibbin, they all refer to Percy Roberts.
Percy Roberts, right. So, yeah. And so then we also have another little excerpt here is the Fort Garry Kennel Club. Congratulations goes to the Fort Garry Kennel Club, who this year celebrated their 40th year as an all-breed club. So they celebrated 40 years in 1959. Yeah. Established early in 1919, they have held all-breed shows annual since that time. And over the years,
George Taylor started.
No, he did not.
You're missing your ring, Rembrandt. That's what I'm thinking about, George.
So established in 1919, they have held all breed shows annually since that time, and over the years have given thousands of dollars to charity. 2 of their original members are still with them. Mrs. Barbara Emons, well-known Irish setter breeder and loved by everyone, always on the job and can always be counted on in an emergency around the shows. From ring steward to cashier, and always there to help and encourage the novice. Good luck, Barbara. May you be around for a long time yet, and many, many thanks for your invaluable help and inspiration. Then Joe Valente, Boston Terrier breeder, always there with his support when needed and a great showman. Other members, some with over 20 years membership, keeping this club going and always active. President Russ Nixon. And the show dates were May 14th, 15th, and 16th in 1959.
I'm sure that was George and Jerry Taylor's club as well, wasn't it? Fort Garry?
Say that again?
Is it breaking up? George and Jerry Taylor?
Yes.
They're a Fort Garry Kennel Club.
Yes, I'm positive they were. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they were. Yeah.
Yes, And then Fort Garry Kennel Club, for me, I always remembered it being the Thanksgiving Day weekend.
Oh, okay.
It moved into October because that May weekend, that's kind of around Mother's Day, that turned into the Mid-Canada Dog Show. So
I just remember going out there, and it was George running the show, and I took an Irish Setter and a Beagle, I think, and I was in one of the dressing rooms getting the dog ready, and I was getting my Beagle ready, and George came in because they were starting hounds, and he said, "They're calling your number, Rembrandt."
Yep.
Those are the days they came looking for you.
Yeah. Those were the days when Will actually groomed dogs.
Excuse me.
At the show.
Oh, okay.
Remember? Beagles are in the ring. No. Always yelling at me.
All right, stop.
Anyway, so that was our Kennel and Bench.
That's it.
Brought to you by ProPlan, Fuel for Life.
Fuel for Life. And Sarah, reach out so we can put you on the show and get a ProPlan update, please.
Yes.
I know you're listening.
So don't forget to click, like, and subscribe to the podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Audible, CastBox, and anywhere you get your podcast. Check out our Facebook page, The Dog Show Drive, Canadian Edition, or email us your ideas, your comments, and more at dogshowdrive@gmail.com.
There you go.
Ta-da.
Good job. Right off the top of your head. Here you go. Oh, it is. Yeah, I can see you thinking still. It's still working.
Oh, yeah, it is. There, that is.
Anyway, take us away, Yvonne.
All right, for everyone driving or going to a dog show, however you're going to a dog show.
Yes.
Please be safe. Seatbelts on, glasses on. Until next week, guys. See ya.
Tuck and roll. Take care, guys.